Okay, I want to go over a set of questions in Quiz 10 that was possibly the best set of questions I've ever written, because it really got students to ask me a question that showed that they didn't understand entirely what was going on with Turing machines, and hopefully this will really help you. So here's the question. The Turing machine shown below in figure 1 accepts a regular language over the alphabet ABC. Does it accept the string ABC? So let's suppose, oh, come on, that we have, here's our paper tape, and we start with the pointer, the tape head pointing here at A, because we always do, right? Start with the tape head pointing at the first character in the string. And so we go to start, and it says, well, the only option we can take, oopsie, sorry guys. The only option we can take is this one. If you see an A, write an A and go right. So I see an A, I write an A, and I go right. Right? So I cross out that A, but I replace it with an A. Here I am, I see a B, I write a B. Okay, so I cross it out, I write a B, and I go left. Oh, here I am, I see an A, I write an A, and I go right. I see a B, I write a B, and go left. You with me here? I'm in an infinite loop, right? So the answer is, does it accept the string ABC? Well, no, it does not accept the string ABC, because in order to accept the string ABC, it would have to stop at the halt state, and it never gets to the halt state. So, so it does not accept the string ABC. Let's go on to the next one. The next one shows you exactly the same Turing machine, but it asks you, does it accept the string BCA? Well, let's take a look. Here's a new tape head. We point it at the front of the string. And it says, if you see a B, write a B and go left. So we do that. And now we've gone left. And our rules say if you say a lambda, just write a lambda and stay put. So we write a lambda, we stay put, we end up at the halt state. Hooray, we accept. Okay, so let's see what happens in question 6. In question 6, it's the same one again. Whoops, how did I do that? Oh, I'm back to question 5. Here's question 5. And in question 6, there's my nice tape head. It asks, does it accept CB? Well, let's see. We're at state 0. If we see a C, there is no option. I got an option for an A, option for a B, and an option for lambda, but no option for C. So, oh well, it fails because it never gets to the halt state, right? It just falls off. Like in an NFA, if it falls off if it can't find anything. Question 7, does it accept A, B, A, B, A, B? Well, we put the tape head at the first letter, and we see an A, we go right. We see a B, we go left. And we end up in that infinite loop again. Never gets to the halt state, so it does not accept. So here's the final question, which was, what's the language that's accepted by this, right? Okay, so for some reason my system died just as I was trying to show you the magical endpoint here. So what language does this accept? Well, for starters, something that we didn't go over, but that it does in fact accept, is if I have just a string of A's, right? If I have an A, if I have an A, then I see an A, I write an A, I go right. I see an A, I write an A, I go right. See an A, I write an A, go right. And then I get to a lambda, so I halt and I win, right? So it accepts a few different things. One of the things it accepts is A star, lowercase a though. And unfortunately, it doesn't accept any of the answers I gave you here. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Some of them are close. For example, this guy is pretty close, because what does it actually accept? Well, if it starts with a B, then it accepts anything after that B, right? So if you start with a B, then you go left, you're pointing at a lambda, and anything following that works. So here's the simple way of writing it. In fact, this guy works because if I see a B first, well, it accepts lambda, right? It just goes straight to halt. And if I see a B first, then it accepts anything after it. but I have to have that B is 0 or more. So this is almost there without the A star, but none of the answers I gave you was actually right, so I can understand people stressing out over this last question. But the previous questions, and of course I'll give you the points back, but the previous questions, you should have gotten all right, and hopefully you now understand what's going on, and hopefully I can find a way to merge two clips together. Thanks.